right, the stage is set, the lights are off, but there is an important matter still at hand. We have got to look at what the esports side of things is looking like for the rest of the weekend. Now, let me shuffle forward a little bit more because I can't see the wonderful people in the audience. There are plenty of titles at this event. It's one of the biggest BYOC lands, not only in Europe, but internationally, and the biggest CS2 tournament the Epic LAN has yet run. But that is far from the only title. So, taking a look at StarCraft, they've got an amazing 28 players this event. There's always great numbers from the StarCraft lot, but this is something else. So, the format for them is looking like it's going to be 4 groups of 7, top 16 are going to head into a double elimination bracket. The Code 8 tournament, however, is still there and available for those who may not be able to qualify into said bracket later on. We have a star-studded lineup, however, on their front. Gerald, who has come all the way over from Poland, is the favorite to win at the moment, but there is people stood in his way. Ina, a young up-and-coming star that everyone has said is pretty primed for this event. Already got 1 LAN win under their belt, and they are hungry for more. Risky, multiple Epic LAN victories, a name that I have said every pistol round that I have done. Back for yet another one, another run at the throne. Patty Mac, American. We have an international lineup of players for this event as well. And of course, Larimbo, the Italian stallion. He's been described to me as. Now moving on, Osu is back once again. Last time we saw them was in EPIC43 in February. And actually Kingling, the winner from that event, is back to defend his title. They have doubled in number this event as well. They have 26 players, I think it is, competing this weekend. Now they've got qualifiers tomorrow, where the top 16 move into a single elimination bracket. And their finals will, of course, be on Saturday evening as well. Now, we've got ranks 2, 3, and 4 in the UK competing here. Plasma, Rudge, and Maltese, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, respectively there as well. Mahmood is an up-and-coming, a little bit of a sleeper pick as well from what I have been told. Somebody to keep your eyes on. And then Skia, the young prodigy of the event, is here for a chance to steal away one of the lovely trophies. Moving on to Overwatch now. There is 3 teams. Potentially 4, and it's looking like ex-Oblivione are going to be the ones favorites to win at the moment. They've got round robins into a double elimination bracket. That is going to be how it's playing out for them. Ex-Oblivione, plenty of these members have been on the Epic LAN stage before, the likes of Takuno, 2 times winner, and has been seen recently in some of the OWCS stuff as well. Valorant. Now, Valorant, lots of teams to look at here. 4 groups of 5 into a double elimination bracket. So top 2 from each group move forward. Coalesce are looking pretty good. And they've got Yanto, who I've had described as the best player in the tournament. And that's yet to be seen. Will they be able to defend such an honor that has been put upon their head here? Willie G, which is a team comprised of Oasis Verde and EXO players, many of whom are no strangers to the Epic LAN stage. Twisted Saints, another one of these sort of dark horse teams that you'd hope to see making these deep runs. The Scalp Corps is back once again. Marvelous to see them. They have, however, changed names. They are going under Enhanced Aim. So Scalp no more, still flying the Scottish banner, however. Hidden Horizon, who have Gogs from Scalp back when they qualified over to the final 2nd place 2 lands ago. And of course, next in line also back. Plenty of teams, the top 10 teams, so the top half of the teams are looking pretty primed and ready as well. They are all looking really set, so this is going to be a really competitive one. And yes, whilst Coalesce do seem to be the favorites at the moment, there are so many teams that are looking to make a run at the crown. And then last, but most certainly not least, CS2, 44 teams that they have. signed up to this tournament. Took a little bit of time to do my research here, but it is anyone who's everyone in the UK scene seems to want to be competing in Kettering this weekend. So Verdant back once again. They're the favorites to win at the moment. They did win EPIC42 back in July, I believe it was. So they're looking pretty darn good. They are looking favorites to win. They've been competing in a lot of these tier 3, tier 2 tournaments and having pretty good results as well. So I'm very excited to see what they have. Hopefully we can get Biscu to hop back on the mic. He joined for a couple of casts last event and did a very good job. So hopefully we can see him if he needs to be brought onto the casting desk for a little bit more. 8 Sins is another one of these picks that a lot of people have said, you know, asking around. 8 Sins seems to be the name on the tip of everyone's tongue, and that's Moz, Menace, Prime, Whiff, and Karaf Focus. Very, very strong lineup there. One of the top teams in the UK overall at the moment. Annex, of course, headed up by Godku's team. Maybe a little bit of bias on this one. I'm big fans of them. Expecting a top 6 finish at the very least. Having maybe a little bit mixed results in the likes of UKIC, but ESEA season started off strong for them. Belfast Storm, a team that sort of came out of the right wing last event and is looking primed to make yet another deep run. They're doing well in ESEA and UKIC, promoted to Div 1 and actually storming away on this one. As we can see there, got some of the screens. If you haven't been onto the balcony and had a look at all of the screens, it is magnificent. It's good to see people getting their games in early as well. Always some 10-mans, always some pugs going on in the evenings. Braveheart, team with Wolfie and Dutchie as well. One of these maybe less common to be picked up by some of the people when asked for their predictions, but still names that I'm going to throw and toss my hat into the ring with them. Dreams the Legend, another team just absolutely acing it in the UK scene at the moment. Granny's Knockers are back once more. I don't believe they're raising money for charity just on this event, but they're back. And in style, no less. That is, I believe, Rai heading up the team. And whilst we're on the mention, the Bin Men coming back once more with a core involving not only Dweg, but Whiskey as well. Anyone sat near that team, I'm so sorry for the expletives I'm sure we will have yelled in the heat of battle. Whether they make it out of groups, I say, whether they get grouped is another matter. Of course, the format on this one's a little bit funky. We will get to that in a little bit, though. Redacted, Felix to a Sorex core. Again, they've not had great results on LAN. We've not really seen them be pushing the top 8 very much, but team that I have a little bit of a sneaky suspicion. They've been practicing recently. They've been looking pretty hot. We've also got some interesting teams with people that you usually see backstage, but they've decided that it's their time in the arena. So Simplicity, that's Fact and Louis West, the UKIC admins. They've decided that they don't want to sit behind the screen anymore and that they are the ones wanting to get into the action a little bit. We've got Winkle's Warriors, a team that I would highlight for the lane alone, which is headed up by Jakey Boy Pro and MSC. More production and backstage crew who really want to give this whole CS thing a crack as well. Now, Verdant FE is the interesting last-minute addition to all of this. And it's a team that everyone pretty much is saying Verdant's looking primed to win. But a team that could absolutely ruin people's run, that we absolutely could see in the finals, is Verdant FE. And that is going to be Cypher's Mix. Now, I saw this come out on Twitter. I was a little bit interested by the whole debacle, really. So that's Cypher, along with Gizmo, Joshua, Dobbo, and Kreitz. So that's one hell of a team. That is, yes, it's a mix, but it's also a mix with an insane amount of firepower as well. But as we said, 44 teams, and that means that we've had to have a little bit of fun with the format. Now, I know Mischief was tearing his hair out, running simulation after simulation before finally landing upon the format that we will see played. And I don't think that there is anybody better to explain the format than Index himself. Well, unfortunately, we couldn't pull out the full video for that one, but it is on Index's Twitter as well. So for anybody who's watched the football, I believe it is the UEFA format as well. Unfortunately, I'm not much of a football fan, an opinion that will, in fact, get me lynched in most parts of this country. But it's running very similarly to that. I think we might be able to play it again. Give it one more shot. Bring Index's wonderful face back up onto the screen.
EPIC43 land sees the start of an exciting new era for UKCS at EPIC. Taking part in the tournament, though, remains open and based on sporting merit. At the next LAN, the 32-team round-robin group stage will be replaced by a league phase featuring all 43 teams. Each team will be assigned 7 different opponents that have the same difficulty rating according to their seed. Teams that finish in positions 1 to 16 go directly through to the playoffs. Teams that finish 17 to 42 are grouped and go straight to inters. In the new format, every match, every round, every kill and position in the ranking counts. The new system will ensure the same amount of matches in groups, letting you get plenty of CS regardless of your skill level. EPIC43, a thrilling new future for UKCS.
Yeah, wonderfully done there. A little bit of a fun fact about this. He's openly admitted it on Twitter. So when he originally recorded the video, he'd said EPIC42 and had to redub over it. And I'll be honest with you, it's very difficult to tell. But yeah, so it's also 44 teams now, because that video came out only a couple of days ago. We had a last-minute sign-up. A couple of tickets became available, and thus we've had a few more teams come up. Hence why 44 teams on CS. Potentially, there was a last-minute Overwatch sign-up, but deadlines for teams are closing because I do believe first-round matches are going to be put up for CS2 at the end of this segment. But yeah, I think that is about all from the team. So it is going to be action-packed. The Epic LAN channels will be streaming almost all day, every day with the matches as well as players at home. Many of them put in applications and have the ability to stream their own POVs right here from the arena of the Kettering Leisure Village. So you got a favorite player they might be streaming, have a check on their Twitters as well, and you will be able to find out. And of course, we always get those lovely compilations at the end of the event. We've had some crazy, crazy things happen whilst people have been streaming. Of course, the first one that springs to mind is the coming off of the bomb defuse whilst talking smack to your teammates and losing your team the game, actually. That's the one that initially pops up. But yeah, plenty of action to go around across all of the titles. Completely sold out. Over 600 BYOC tickets. Downstairs, upstairs, everything is chock-a-block. So it is looking to be an amazing event. And you know, who knows? Maybe I'll hop on for a cast as well. I can already hear the action and all of the pugs raging on to the side. We haven't yet got the smell of LAN, so enjoy it whilst it lasts, everyone that is here in person. If you're here at home as well, congratulations. Welcome to the stream. We're going to have loads of fun bits coming up here, as well as Epic 2, 3, 4, and 5. Which will be streaming their respective games. I do believe that Epic LAN 2 is going to be the CS, 3 is for Valorant, and so forth between all of the titles that we have. However, that is going to be it from me. We do have one more event, a new addition to the Thursday late night lineup, and that is going to be the Bingo, which is going to be starting in a little bit as well. So if you haven't signed up already, make sure that you do on the Epic LAN platform. Tables and spaces might be limited because it's looking like it's going to be a pretty popular event as well. But opening ceremony, pistol round, and community bingo, that is what we have and have coming up for tonight. But that's about it from me. Make sure to keep your eye on everything. And to all the CS2 players, matches, initial first matches should be going live any second now. So make sure to go check and find out how you are going to be faring in your first series. Now, goodbye everyone, and we will see you at Bingo.